He opened his eyes to a soft, pervasive light. This was not the familiar warm glow of the sun he knew from home. Instead, a cool blue luminescence bathed everything in a gentle, ethereal hue. He slowly pushed himself up into a sitting position. His movements felt sluggish and heavy. The ground beneath him was not soil or grass. It was a thick, velvety moss that seemed to absorb all sound. When he shifted his weight, there was no crunch of leaves. There was no rustle of dry earth. Just a deep, profound silence that felt ancient and absolute. His senses were alive, yet everything they reported was alien and new. He reached inside his mind, searching for the anchor of memory, for his name, for his past. A name flickered, a faint echo in a vast, quiet hall, but the voice that should have spoken it was muted. He lifted his gaze to the sky, a breathtaking canvas of deep, emerald green. Vast, luminous clouds drifted like great fish in an endless ocean. He found a small pool of water, its surface as still and clear as glass. The water shimmered with brilliant iridescence, reflecting the blue light and the green sky in 1,000 shifting colors. Within its depths, tiny points of light swam in intricate choreographed patterns. He knelt and dipped his hand into the pool. The tiny lights were drawn to him, swarming gently around his fingers. Their touch was a faint, pleasant tickle, and a laugh escaped him. The first in a very long time. The days began to follow a simple rhythm, marked not by clocks or calendars, but by the slow transformation of the sky. He learned to seek rest when the green heavens deepened into dark violet. He discovered small, nut-like seeds. They tasted like warm bread and a hint of honey. He drank the bright, clean water, feeling it refresh him from the inside out. When nights grew cooler, he coaxed a small, steady fire, its warmth a comfort against the alien dark. From soft moss he fashioned a bed. Each small act of self-sufficiency chipped away at fear. He soon discovered he was not alone. The stones were creatures, still for long periods, then rolling toward him with silent intent. He slowly learned the unspoken rules of this quiet planet, an interconnected system of needs and responses. The silver-leafed plants thrived when he brought them pool water as the sky shifted from green to violet. Tiny swimming lights preferred the undersides of rocks, clustering densely during the brightest part of the day. He made records on leaves that dried to soft parchment, writing notes and drawing simple pictures. He placed the pages under a clear crystal. One day he found fresh lines showing a path to a grove of honey seed bushes. He stared in awe. Some creature had read and replied. Despite the wonder, a quiet ache for home persisted. Rain on tin, a small warm room. He missed another human voice speaking a name he almost remembered. Sometimes he told the green sky stories of his lost world. He spoke of baking bread and a small dog at his feet. The silk-leaf plants leaned closer. The pool lights glowed brighter. Connection became a language without words, action and observation. A shimmer meant weather change. A pattern in the lights meant honey seeds were ripe. The rescued downy creature followed him. Kindness needs no translation, and small acts were reciprocated in meaningful ways. One morning, the gentle rhythm of the world was broken. The green sky turned a turbulent, bruised gray, and the air grew heavy and cold. Sharp winds blew in angry gusts. He sought shelter by a rock outcropping and watched the storm unleash its fury. High in a willowy tree, delicate nests woven from silver fibers began to tear apart. Tiny, unformed creatures, no bigger than his thumb, tumbled to the mossy ground. He ran into the howling wind and gathered them into his hands, their bodies fragile and cool. He carried them back, laid them on his moss bed, covered them gently, and breathed warm air into the space. He looked at the wreckage and felt no despair. The nests could be repaired. The silver fibers were strong. He knew he could help rebuild what the storm had destroyed, helping not as a master, but as a partner. As he kept the small creatures warm, a deep calm settled over him. pushing fear away like a distant cloud. His purpose was simple: protect the vulnerable, mend what was broken, be a quiet force for good. The parent creatures watched, not with aggression, but with acceptance. They seemed to understand his intent. He was no longer an outsider. He belonged to this world, bound by shared experience and mutual trust. The days flowed into weeks, the weeks into months. The world evolved, slow and beautiful. Silver-leafed plants grew in spirals near his camp, and glowing paths marked routes between pools. The small downy creature, Luma, was a constant companion, its trusting gaze warming him more than any fire. One evening, beneath the violet sky, he made a silent promise. Not to a distant god or forgotten commander, but to the living world around him. He promised to listen to its needs, keep the iridescent pools clean, and help rebuild the nests after every storm. He promised to leave this place better than he found it, to be a source of comfort, not harm. At night, he walked the soft ground, looking up at the vast green sky and slow, fish-like clouds. Home and its people felt like a distant dream. This world had become his reality, and he belonged. He had a new kind of family: tiny lights, slow-rolling stone flowers, and soft, trusting creatures. He was a keeper, a guardian of endless small acts of care. To be human here was to be gentle, to listen more than speak. Stolen for a purpose unknown, he found a new one: to help small lives more than to change big things. He breathed the scent of wet stone and warm rain. Luma's paw touched his finger, and he smiled.